Good morning, everyone. How are you all? Yeah. So my name is Vipika Kotangale, and today we are going to be discussing the topic of AI-driven identity scams. So, how many of you have used a VPN before? Like anybody, VPN. Do you use it on a regular basis? How many of you use it daily? Okay. So I think there is quite much awareness about privacy, and like everyone knows, when you call someone, there is a tune which is playing right now because of the scams which are related to identity theft and different kinds of scams like digital arrest scams as well. So this topic is sensitive at this point of time for India, and I hope this session adds value to your experience at IdentityShield Summit. Yeah, let's begin. So I have 7 years of experience, and with miniOrange, I've been working into the IDP product marketing team. I work here as a technical content writer, and I am an AI enthusiast. I like how the algorithm works, and that's how it interested me, and I took up this topic for you. So these are the topics that we would be discussing: the AI, its concerns, and what are the AI-driven identity scams types. How do we recognize those scams? How do we respond and report those scams? And what kind of communication we should be doing in the face of so many scams happening right now? How do we protect our personal information? What are the government initiatives that are there, and AI ethics and the final note. So this is my lineup for today. So let's begin with AI. AI, like everybody knows, for now it's been a buzzword around for 2 years now. But before that, deepfake was already there out. During our childhood, everybody would have someone from their friends who would do Photoshop or something, that they would crop images of people and put together something else, right? So that was for fun, obviously, but has scaled up. AI has came into picture, and AI is going to be there. So AI was actually made for the good, but now the bad actors have started using it, and they have started using it to scale their activities. And we need to be concerned about this because quantum computing is also there. And if AI and quantum computing are together used by the scammers, then it would be a complete disaster. However, if AI and quantum computing is used together by the threat hunters, it would be a win-win situation for us, because we have to scale up our efforts more, and the scammers' effort would then be lesser than that. That's how we will be able to mitigate. But for now, as the numbers say, AI-driven scams, whatever had happened so far, whatever money we have lost so far, only 2 to 5% has been recovered. So there is a long way to go, and we have to really amp up our game here. So the next is why we should be concerned that we cannot tell the difference whether it is AI generated or it is human generated content. So for that, I would be having certain tips for different types of scams like deepfakes, voice cloning, phishing, and so on. Like there would be customer desk scam as well, help desk scam as well. So as these scams are getting more sophisticated, we cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is fake. So their deepfakes are getting into impersonation of people. That means if our prime minister is there, there would be deepfakes of him saying something different, and which we cannot you must have gone through certain reels on social media that certain things are there. These are dangerous, not ethical as well. But then these are out there. So it erodes the trust, it damages the reputation. Then there is AI automation. So AI automation, as in there are bots that are created using algorithms, and those bots help people automate those tasks which are repetitive. So that way, the scale of an AI cyber attack is tremendous. Psychological manipulation as well, because social engineering attacks mostly are that kind, as if you just get flown into that. Like you have no control over your own emotions because of how they have imposed those scams on you, and they have used AI to analyze all the data sets that you have, analyze all the behavior patterns that you have. So that way, your individual data is also with them, and that way it will help the scammers to make their efforts more effective. So next is, what is the prime factor that drives all these scams is mostly complacency. We have been good at our security efforts, but then we don't have much knowledge about how much we need to scale up. We are complacent that our security is good enough, but then are we missing out on any potential security risks? Are we not worried about anything that goes beyond that, and that impacts our financial reputation and emotional losses as well, of course. And for organizations, there are legal consequences as well, of course, because you need to be paying to the state if some sort of data breach happens at your data center, of course. So that is that. And complacency is one of the things that we should right now think of just letting go, because that way we can be certain, like we need to be more rational about these kind of things, that anything can happen anytime, and we obviously there is zero trust. We have to verify everything before we trust. So that's the point there. So what are the AI-driven identity scams and how it happens and everything? So we know there is impersonation. People steal identity of other people and become a fake personality altogether. They try to create videos, they try to create images of people, and they generate AI voices which sound exactly the same, like how it would be said by that person. There would be emails that are sent out from the same email address, from the trusted identities, and that would cause a reputational damage, of course, again. And people would think that it is from a trusted source and they would act on it. Then there are deepfakes and AI-generated versions of people. You must have seen that there are certain accounts on Instagram that are completely AI-generated. They are AI avatars which are being hired by brands to promote their products and all. So deepfakes are there, AI-generated versions are there. Ethical side, you know it all, but unethical side is dangerous. Then AI-enhanced phishing is there. So we'll talk about these all in detail now. So before we proceed further, let's check the graph for how much percentage of increase deepfake has witnessed over these past few years from 2018 up till last year. So you could see that the deepfakes have seen a phenomenal growth, like almost the growth of 2000%, like you can see. And it all started in the year of 2020. Whereas the percentage growth in AI-driven fraud has witnessed certain increase, but then not so much as compared to the deepfakes. So these both are same, obviously, but if we just bifurcate, deepfakes are more popular. So these are the types that I'm covering today. Voice cloning, deepfakes, AI phishing, synthetic identity theft, and customer support chat. These are also AI driven. So what happens exactly in voice cloning is they replicate the known person's voice. Maybe that person is a celebrity, that person is someone important to you, that can be your loved ones as well. So I just remember a case where a mother gets a call from an unknown number. She picks up and she finds that it is her son asking for some financial help. And this is real. I mean, people are getting these calls. And that voice is AI generated, but she doesn't know it. She doesn't hang up, she acts on it, and she gets scammed. But if she could just hang up and there she could call her son on his phone number, she could actually stop those scams there. So always verify and never trust. Obviously, here as well it applies for voice cloning, of course. For deepfakes, yes, AI generated videos or images that appear real and they are manipulated. So yes, they have a metadata that they leave, and we can use technical methods as well to analyze these. There are certain tools that we are going to discuss as well that we can use to identify deepfakes. AI enhanced phishing. So here, what they do exactly is they have gathered all your data, all behavior analytics, what, why, when, where, everything about you, and that they use and mold it in a certain way. They use it against you, and this helps exactly how they communicate with you, how you would respond to that. They would know already. So that way, the phishing scam goes with a better success rate. And synthetic identity theft is what I said. You have your driving license, you have your Aadhaar card, you have everything. So yeah, you go to a Xerox center, you have taken a Xerox print and it's not great. Okay, so what if someone applies for anything else, like maybe voter ID, maybe passport from that or anything? So don't leave your stuff around. It's like it's calling for unsafe things. That's what it is. Even if you are leaving your, you are plugging your pen drive to an internet cafe, to a public library, to anywhere. That's like synthetic identity theft. Anybody can use your data and do stuff. Maybe they can apply for loans on your name. They can do a lot. So that's sensitive there as well. Again, fake customer support chats. So these are trained on your data again, I said. And they are like live. They are talking to you. So it's like that. Next is like voice cloning. How do we identify voice cloning? Okay. So for that, so I have listed down certain points that we can remember if we have to identify voice cloning by ourselves. This is what you can manually do to identify. So lack of natural breathing. You when you speak naturally, you have pauses like intonations, rhythm, tone. A lot of things are there. You might cough in between. You might sneeze in between. But then if it is an AI generated voice, it's flawless. It's perfect in all respects. So there would be not anything like that. And one more thing, as we all know that AI hallucinates. So just like that, when there is a voice clone, there could be a chance that there are strange noises and distortions. So this is what it is. And then if there is insufficient data given to the AI, there will be shallow conversations. And like I said, lack of natural speech, rhythm, timing, and misplaced intonation. This is what it is. Unusual accents. Unusual accents as in, you know that certain word is spoken in certain way, but then that accent is something different, something which is out of the world. If you know that this person speaks in this manner, but that person is speaking something else, like some different way of speaking. So that is one of the red flags for voice cloning. Then mispronunciations, of course, there would be a lot of mispronunciations and different sounding voice than that of the in-person. Just like now I have explained you. Now, how do we identify voice cloning using the technical methods? So there's spectral analysis. There we examine the unique patterns that are there in the frequency and detect the anomalies in the voice file. So how this is done is using the acoustics technique, wherein we have certain set of data already prepared, and that is known to be the right data, and we compare those using the spectral analysis method. Then there are machine learning algorithms. So these are already trained models which are there to analyze these on certain parameters which are acoustic features, sound resonance, and these are kind of stuff that you already have, you already know about these. And then temporal feature analysis, it's like how what's the speed of speech, what is the delivery flow of the speech, then rhythm, intonation, these all inconsistencies that are there in the voice and that we can identify using certain algorithms. So that thing tells you how voice cloning is happening. So these are like these methods are like too much detailed, and we can obviously use them to verify whether it is AI generated or whether it is real voice. So next is how do we recognize the deepfakes? Okay, so deepfakes have been around for a while. Like I said, in our school days, we used to have somebody who would do Photoshop and who would make fun of people. So yeah, it originates from there only. Then those malicious actors are becoming more progressive. So how do we understand that these are deepfakes? Without even looking at the metadata, obviously, without even looking at the technical aspects, certain things are really obvious, and certain things are not obvious, because this image that I'm showing here, it is like on a very basic level, but our deepfakes are more sophisticated now. And if you see, I'll try to explain, okay? So if you go to your AI image generator, just typing in a prompt what you want to generate, and then you just generate a random person, and it is flawless, like completely flawless. The lines are blurred, everything is looking nice and clear, no spots, no freckles on the face, their expression is flawless, everything. Now, unnatural facial expression happen when a person is trying to impersonate somebody. At that point of time, they try to use some other information or some other behavior data or something like that. And in that case, they try to superimpose that on other kind of data. So there you get unnatural facial expressions, light and shadow mismatches, skin texture irregularities. Then if it is a video, it will be again having mispronunciations. Then lip syncing errors will be there. And there will be awkward body movements, of course. So have you seen any deepfake video lately, like you have understood completely that it is a fake video? Anybody?
Yep.
So like you have any cues that you keep in mind when you see that
artist.
Eyes.
Because that type of picture is those so when persons that picture eyes they don't have that big. I'm loud.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Everyone. Yeah. So I've done quite a bit research about it. Okay. And I found that people started using even the videos now because I play games as well. And now how the games for PS5, it is, getting better and better on a daily basis. So the reflection in the eyes, that's a catch. The shadows of your the entire body, okay, how it is actually reflecting, you can have the cues from there. And the edges of your the faces, okay, that's where. So if the face is moving, you can see the eye will be dead, okay. And if even if it is live, it will not move according to the video. So those are a few cues I wanted to just show.
Right. That's true. That's true. Thank you for bringing this up. What's your name?
Manish Verma.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, that I missed, I think, putting it here as well. Yeah, that's a good point even. I feel that those eyes, when there is a deepfake video going on at that moment, eyeballs are not matching with where that person is looking. And also, when they are moving at the same point of time, the eyeballs are not moving that fast. So, yeah, that is a mismatch again. So, now, how do we identify the deepfakes using our technical stuff? So it's like temporal inconsistencies, like the speed of the body movements, how it is, unnatural head movements, facial expressions do not match the spoken words. That means lip syncing errors again. And it also analyzes your biological signals, just like heartbeat patterns. So for that, there is an algorithm. Again, the machine learning algorithms such as CNN, LSTM, and GANs are employed. So these are like all useful for creating those kind of tools that are there. And we can also verify with reverse image searches, obviously. If it is an image, there is a reverse image search. Everybody knows how to use it. And if not, then I can tell you, no problem. But there is a reverse image search that Google offers, and a lot of search engines are also offering that, so that you can use, where you can just upload that image and check where it appears on the internet. And domain verification as well. So if you check the metadata of that particular image or that particular video, you can understand where it comes from. So there you can analyze. So there are certain tools that we use for identifying the deepfakes. Reality Defender is by far one of the best tools. Then Fake Catcher by Intel is there. Microsoft Video Authenticator, Sentinel, and Deepware Scanner. These all tools. But I mostly prefer Reality Defender. Reality Defender is one of the things. So next is AI phishing. So how do we identify? Like, I can tell you, if you just get an email with "Dear customer," ignore. Seriously. It's like you get an overload of emails every day. Every email is so attractive, it compels you to click on it. And if you click on the wrong links, everything can be gone in just a second. Right? So phishing, it can be emails, it can be text, it can be any form like WhatsApp. Anywhere you can get those text links. It can be maybe you just get a link to a Google Sheet, and there you just get a link. That's a phishing link. You go on a website and there is a redirect, and there could be a link which can be a phishing link. So phishing can be anything. It's not just there for emails anymore. Then generic greetings, you just see "Dear customer," ignore. Hi there, ignore. Just because these can be phishing, AI phishing attacks. Then inconsistent details, like there would mostly these emails would end up into your spam. But if you just go to your spam, you can understand the pattern how these AI phishing related stuff happens. So there would be vague references that we met in this conference or something, but then you don't remember anybody like that or something like that, which doesn't click you immediately. So those are like vague references. And visual inconsistencies, like mismatched logos. If somebody is impersonating a big brand, so they would not use their correct logos, correct colors and fonts. So you can directly understand that. If it is a small brand, you cannot understand. It's like that. Then urgent requests. This is one of the biggest red flags in all kinds of scams, I can say. But almost all kinds of scams. That sounding too urgent is one of the big no-nos in anything. Even if you get a call and you get a link over the phone or something like that, still you don't have to respond so urgently to anybody. Any email, any text on WhatsApp or anything, there is no urgency there, but they will create a fake urgency. So that does not make sense, and you should never act on it in the first place before verifying, obviously. So how do we identify AI phishing using the technical methods? So anomaly detection, rotation of security keys, employing obfuscation detection, and rapid response protocols. So these are all like we are mitigating AI phishing, and AI is coming to our rescue. It's like countering everything, but then we are using AI to detect AI phishing. It's like that mostly. So these are all the methods that we can apply. And then again, we have fake customer support. So how do we identify that? So this is what you can manually identify. There is not much need of something which is technical. Anybody can identify fake customer support. So you have to check the official website of that particular company or organization. Check their email and phone number, whether you are getting the communication from the same email or the phone numbers. Because sometimes people know that this is the bank that you're using. They will have your all data. So this is the bank that you're using. These are the portals that you're logged into. These are the applications that you're using. So they already know what you are into. So it could be something that you already know, something that you're already in communication with. So you need to verify always the phone number or email, especially when there are certain requests where you need to provide certain information from your side. Maybe your Aadhaar card or something which is very important to you, which could invade in your privacy. So of course there you have to see for those. Then there are like certain unsolicited calls and emails that you can check out by yourself. Like I have explained in phishing attacks, that you just need to verify before trusting. And then checking the credentials, the employee ID or the reference numbers. You can ask for the person's email or employee ID or anything that verifies that the person is working and employed there. It's like that. Email is also obviously one of the things that you can check, but it's not a good indicator. Employee ID and reference number are better indicators. Then avoiding sharing sensitive information, like I said just now. Personal information like your Aadhaar card or any driving license, voter ID, passport, these all you cannot, you don't need to share over all these emails and social medias and all. So financial details, OTPs, remote accesses. Yeah, remote access, one of the sensitive topics here again, because some companies would call you that you have some virus in your computer, something like that. These were around few years back, and these were mostly targeted on people who would be computer agnostic, like those people don't know much about technology. They would be mostly targeted because there they had better success rate. So even now, big customer support are there. I have witnessed myself. One of my friends had a parcel scheduled for her, and she looked up the number of courier services on Google. And what she found, she called that phone number, and it was a fraud. So don't trust even Google nowadays. It's like that. And report any suspicious activity, of course. So that part we are covering later on in the presentation. So here we just analyze the communication pattern, look for any inconsistencies using the machine learning algorithms and AI tools to detect anomalies in the interactions. So next part is how do we respond and report the scams. So here, once we understand that we just got these all communications and we suspect that these are like a little bit fishy, there we just stop the communications, no calls, no emails, no messages, documenting and recording everything. You just need to keep with you everything that you have, like maybe the voice recordings of all the calls that you had, the emails, the text, any other relevant information that they have shared with you over anything. Keep that, and you have to report it to the authorities. Here I would strongly recommend cybercrime.gov.in. They have a very good portal and their response rate is really good. So the statistics that I mentioned earlier, 2 to 5% of recovery has been done. That is through our government portal. And that's a really good one. And you can call the helpline as well, 1930 1930. Yes.
So, well, my friend, he said you,
A week back, she was talking about that she just came from California just to meet her parents. And she said that my parent didn't even tell me that around 1 crore of scam they were actually, party with. So what happened is, I told her that at least you should go to cybercrime.gov.in and report it. So she said that one of my friend helped them and they have reported it. Now what they're saying is, I said that the money came back or not. So they were saying that the money went to different accounts, okay, and we
Yes.
cannot get the money back. Now the question arises, when if it is the trace is there, if the money is going for different accounts, and those accounts are not going into some dark web, it's not some stuck in some blockchain or something, okay, it is there in the accounts. If it is gone there, why is there a way to retrieve that money? Because if the government is involved, they know the money is gone into these accounts, so just trace the money and get it back. They cannot do it, or there is some different procedure for that.
Right. So that's a good question. Here what I can suggest is following up on the same portal, because that way you can know like till where they have reached their activities, like whether they have already started on recovering that, or whether they have already on the verge of catching those criminals or something like that.
No, they simply just said that it's gone to different accounts, we cannot retrieve it. So that was the thing. So
that means
probably this
that's beyond their scope of.
I think the C point, that's the last thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
The report to the Reserve Bank of India, banking ombudsman, that can help, I think, because mostly what happens is people lose money and money cannot come back immediately. So there are certain rules and regulations in our constitution as well. That way, if we are a victim, there would be some sort of compensation towards that. Yes.
So there is a book down next Simon.
Yes, Pune Cyber Cell. Yes.
You probably should discuss with them, but they definitely guide something.
Yes, you can please raise this question with the Pune Cyber Cell.
Yeah.
Probably they can help you better. She's from UP. So she can connect with the local cyber cell as well, because has she filed the FIR yet? She has, right? So there is a cybercrime cell that works towards these kind of cases. So they would probably, they will not know, means maybe when you arrive there, those people who are responsible, those probably might not know, but those who are on the technical end, they would know till where the query has reached, or how much escalation is remaining, or do we have to also go to the grievance, that kind of thing. So there are like levels, maybe there are 3 levels, but I have to also verify, but 3 levels are there generally.
So this is what happened. What I
Hmm.
the way I go just would use I back my parents to do all these online so all that your airline says you're going to do myself anything you do online that do not do the who am I exposed to it.
Right.
Thing is all this presentation everywhere we all should actually get discussed with our parents because anything on the working world, especially we can see in the rural areas, in the people who are doers. Right? Those you should have all of this the information. But
How to just be secure. Just don't believe on anything. I mean, one pretty good example is my father is like, he was like totally savage. One of his friend himself called him. One of his friend's brother called him, said that I have some 9 lakh rupees, I need to send it to your account. आपने मेरे को पहचाना क्या? पापा ने बोला नो, मैंने नहीं पहचाना. So he said that अरे पहचानो I am from Lucknow. So he was like, no, I don't have time for that. Who is it? So that was the one reply. Then he simply just gave away the name that are you this guy? So he said yes, I'm this guy. So he said that okay, I'll talk to your brother and then I'll come back to you. So being calm in the situation when you get the call. I myself got call from the credit card department saying that you spent more than 30,000 rupees on your credit card. If you did not, please report, press 1. So being calm is the key in
Right.
those situations.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Thank you.
I'd like to add one poster.
Yes. Sure.
We sound
I may sound a bit negative because I've seen it closely. These things which we are discussing, this is on a personal level.
Right.
This is on a personal level. I am getting a deep fake video, or I'm getting a scam or a phishing link. But then I've seen something which has happened at the banking level.
Okay.
At the banking level, so something which is not in our control. Like he said that one of his friend's parents, they were scammed. Their money was transferred to a bank, some bank accounts.
Okay.
So similar thing has happened, wherein a particular SIM card, it was a duplicate one. It was a BSNL card, where Pune SIM card. A duplicate one was procured from Kalyan.
Oh.
Okay, so it was a holiday. So someone maybe who knows it was a holiday, so that phone was in the office. So a 4-hour gap is there when that SIM card was a duplicate one was procured
Yes.
from Kalyan. That duplicate one was procured. It was active after maybe a couple of hours. So whoever was doing it, they they started getting the OTP.
Yes.
So it also depends on the bank, how secure your bank is. So in this case, I think it was some IDFC bank.
Okay.
It was not one of the big players like HDFC or ICICI or Axis. Even
I mean,
Axis.
2 years back, SIM swapping cases were at the
Correct.
peak.
So
Yes.
within 2 or 3 hours, he was able to add all those beneficiaries in the account. He was able to make transactions of 2.5 lakh in concession what the one after the other. So banks, they should restrict that after adding a beneficiary, which I think HDFC, Axis, ICICI, they do.
Yeah.
On the first day, you cannot transfer more than 25,000, 50,000.
Even if you're doing an unusual transaction, I think most of the banks have that feature that are you the one who is authorizing these?
Correct. In HDFC, you get messages or even a call from the call center.
Yes.
Are you doing this?
Yes.
But some banks, they do not have the security at that level.
Yes.
So after those transactions were done, the next day when, the accounts department, it was for a big company. So when the accounts department, they came into office, they noticed these transactions and then they reported. So this entire, like you said, you should document it. So everything was documented.
Right.
The transactions were seen, what happened, where those accounts. So immediately, so in this case, even the commissioner directly, that company had contacts. They contacted the local MLA, the commissioner, they met commissioner. The FIR was lodged. And then these banks where these accounts, money was transferred. In some accounts, it came, but like some accounts like PFC and ICICI, they did not support.
Right.
Did not support. Because for them, it was like a prestige issue as well. Because as he said, the money was transferred, that should be tracked. So some accounts were temporary, they were made for this particular transaction.
Right.
They withdrew it
And closed it down. Yes.
And they are where. And
that's what, like the incident response time that you have taken for this was long. Until that time, it went into different accounts and it was not traceable.
Document to record, report, to contact the committee.
Yes.
Airport. By the time, the commissioner came into picture, it was almost evening. But then the second or third day, some amount was reverted from the banks who were supported. But then, again, I'll be negative in quoting it that India or the Indian cybercrime department, they do not work on that level. I've been in Japan, over there in lifts, in rooms, if there is an emergency button, you press the button, the police will be there at your doorstep in 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. In that also, if it's a false alarm 2 or 3 times, then you'll be reprimanded or you may be fined as well. So yeah, it doesn't work. This I've
that fast, yeah.
more than 10 to 12 years back. So even now, it's not at that level. Now, this case which I'm saying, this is 2022. So this case has not been solved by cybercrime in 2 years.
Yeah,
It was July 2022. The cybercrime, even if the commissioner was involved, the commissioner had called the inspectors in his room and he said that you identify this.
Right.
Nothing has been done. So
we have a long way to go there and we have a lot of room for improvement there. But then
the best department should exchange those will get you.
We get iPhone delivered quicker than our incident response time. Yes, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of room for improvement there for us. And we as cybersecurity experts, we have to join in the race and we have to make sure that the time is reduced and all kinds of... it is like a blank slate right now and we have to dive in there and we have to start working on it. And we have to start working on immediately and we have to start working aggressively. It's like that.
Good. The people don't create the place yesterday. Well, you have the settings. The wordings. People don't wake up and then that's stick. Like that stick.
Then build it. True.
We had actually, there's what we are being tested on.
Right.
Like this company, like the cybercrime department or they need companies like technical companies, the private companies work in
Cooperation with them, right?
this government space. Because it's a difficult job if they're not,
Yes, that's true.
it's collaborate with private organizations, companies like or
Yes, of course. Like we do have cyber forensics, and we have a legal team as well who is very active on this front. And of course, there are certain other things that are there. Uh, Even our Ministry of Home Affairs is involved now. Now that everybody is being made aware about everything what is going on in the cyber scene right now. Yes, and there are certain things that everybody can do by themselves. Like you can monitor your bank activity. If you are suspecting scams, you can notify the bank if you think that you have been fallen a victim to it. And you can seek assistance and guidance. So this is our link, cyberforensics.miniOrange.com/report incident.
Hello, ma'am.
Um, yes.
I want to speak about the banks. As he said, most of the banks are vulnerable. Most of the banks are vulnerable. I have seen this OLX scams, most of this, and most of them have used NSDL payment banks. NSDL payment banks are the mostly used in the this conning scams because they are the most easiest to dispose the accounts. They create the NSDL payment banks and the transfer accounts, as he said, someone said, they distributed into multiple accounts. They use multiple NSDL payment banks accounts because they are most easiest to dispose after creating and transactions of every day. I have seen one case where they I explored about it. So they usually target 1 to 10 per day scams, and they once they reach the target, they dispose this account, and next day they create another one. So these are the most. I'm mentioning NSDL because NSDL is the one who are the creators of the PAN cards and system managements of the Indian PAN cards.
Yes.
So
CRI.
they need this more security thing on the NSDL payment banks. That is the only thing I wanted.
That's what. Yeah, even I agree with your point that we need more security towards where we have our data centers, where we have our people's data. That needs to be more secure. That's true. And okay, I just have a few more slides left, but I think my time is up. So I'll just wrap this up. So these are like certain things that you can do with your communications while you communicate throughout, like maybe on your social media, maybe on anywhere where people are approaching you. You verify those people first. Okay, using email and phones. You have to remain skeptical a bit all the time because, like I said, there is zero trust. You can implement that in your real life too. Always verify, then you have to trust. Then try to spot the red flags. Use strong passwords. So there is a guide that I have already prepared. It's there on YouTube on our miniOrange channel, like how to prepare strong passwords. You can refer to that. And then you have to use 2FA and be informed, like coming to such conferences like IdentityShield Summit, and be informed about the scams and all. And you have to be very aggressive with reporting the scams, because if you are scammed and you are just sitting still and not reporting it, then it will happen to someone else as well. So protecting your personal information, links and attachments, trust them rarely. Avoid them altogether. Passwords again, 2FA, VPN, like I said. First question was that only. Use your VPN on public Wi-Fi. Don't do any transactions, banking transactions, financial big things. Don't even attach email attachments on public Wi-Fi. Even if you are using public Wi-Fi and using your organization's email, you have some confidential data there too. So try to use VPN there again. Then patch updates and softwares. Stay informed about the scams. And last point is what I added by myself, because this presentation I had taken from reference from a place like trusted source, but this is my own point. Giving excessive permissions to applications that you use, right? So in your phone, if you are downloading a file manager, it will have certain permissions like reading and writing your data, okay, and it doesn't need your contact details, it doesn't need your phone book details. So see what you are giving permissions, watch out for that, because there was a time when our Prime Minister had banned a lot of Chinese apps, and because of that, we need to be extra careful that someone else doesn't do that to our country. Already we are in big trouble. Yeah. So these are the certain government initiatives that are there, and there are like information security best practices by Ministry of Home Affairs. So I have attached a link to that. So this is my final note. So for all the AI-driven scams, they cannot be eliminated or eliminated immediately. But then you just have to be vigilant about where you share your data, what you share, and be cautious of what you read and write and everything, and stay updated with all the information that is there around these all trends that are there. And yes, ethical AI models, I would want to throw a little bit of light there, because as of now, we have a lot of AI apps, AI development going on. So we should focus on being fair there, and being fair as in don't let the bad guys use that technology for certain stuff. And that's all for today. I mean, the best defense against deception is awareness and proactive action. That's what my final note is.